Okay, here we go. Getting everything going. Okay, getting better at managing the stream. Voila. Okay, so picking up where I left off last time, I had some wireframes created for my kathleenmcmahon.dev site, and I had built out the first few pages, home and about, actually the first couple pages, home and about, for the 320 viewport width layout and the less than 660 width viewport layout and the laptop width. I've taken some time to build out the last 3 pages to have a just to get a wireframe started for these. Started noodling a little bit with some designs, and I'm going to add some typography styles in here. I'm also, another thing I was working on earlier today was getting some color palettes going based off of this color scheme from the logo on my site, factoring in what one, gradients, because gradients can be fun if they're done right and done correctly. And what I was doing here is to check the gradients color contrast for the text against the background, and also for the non-text contrast for the gradients against the background. So for here, I have some indicators of this text will look great against these particular backgrounds for standard size text, which is 24 pixels, 24 pixels text, and 18.5 pixels bold text, which that's considered large text or bold text. That contrast ratio requirement is 3 to 1, and the standard text is you have to have a minimum of 18.5 pixels, and that text needs to have a minimum of 4.5 to 1 contrast ratio of text against the background. So for here, we have some styles here for all text styles. All text, comma, styles can work on this swatch, and more can work on this particular medium gray swatch. And for this lighter gray swatch, we can only use large text and bolded smaller text. In terms of contrast for the gradients, there are certain parts of the gradients where there are some areas where where it's okay to use large text, certain parts of that gradient where standard size text will work very well, and also areas of that gradient where you should not be putting any text on the page because of contrast issues that you want to be cognizant of for your screen reader users. And one of the things about colors, especially orange is particularly hard to get contrast right. So it's a little bit tricky with orange. So I'm happy that I could find an orange gradient that will work with certain sizes of text. And I have these gradients that are built off of my logo. And what is great about these is I've been playing with the different color stops for that particular, these gradients here that I'm using for the logos and the letters here. I've lifted them over here and started playing with where I'm going to have the gradient stops for any of these. I'm going to lock that down so we can get that look better. There we go. So, for example, here, the gradient, I have the color stops right at the edges of the element. Where this particular swatch, I started to play with where I would expand out that gradient a little bit more on each of these swatches. And I'm going to play with these colors later on once I get some of the typography flowing in this design. Of course, I haven't fully fleshed out the palette. However, I've gotten something that should work for light mode and dark mode. And so these indicators here are a guide for me of which parts of which swatches I can use for which sizes of text. And over here, this is for the non-text contrast designation, which means, so for color contrast, you need a couple things to keep in mind. You need to have a specific contrast ratio for text against background, and a separate contrast ratio for the interactive control fill against the background. So think of buttons, inputs, anything like that, anything that's clickable, and it's an interactive control that should have a contrast ratio of the background of that control against the background of the page should be a 3-to-1 ratio. But then you also have to consider that if your control has text in there, the control of that text against the background needs to be either 3-to-1 if it's large text or bolded text, or 4.5-to-1 for standard text against that background. And then think about the background of the interactive control against the page background. Also, you need to keep in mind that in here we have, notice I started playing with some borders because some of these colors against this particular shade of gray, I have a gradient going here, then the lightest value here, there wasn't going to be enough contrast between the non-content borders and the background. So I added a border here a little bit brighter. I'm going to play with that a little bit. And this will help pop this control up over the background. And additionally, it's important to have borders on your interactive controls like your buttons and other items like that for Windows high contrast mode. So in case a user is looking at your stuff in Windows, your page on Windows, that looks better on my screen. And if they're browsing your site on Windows and they've enabled Windows high contrast mode, these borders will show up. If you don't use borders on your buttons, the users will potentially have a hard time seeing your buttons on the page. So this is why you design with some borders on your interactive controls. So moving forward, I started playing with a little bit of typography here. I haven't figured out which fonts I want to use. I'm starting to play with Futura LT. I'm going to see if I like that. And in our layouts, this is just the standard wireframe. I just picked Roboto because it was there. I'm not a fan of it, so I'm going to change it. I'm also going to think about the typographical rhythm on this page. So I'm going to start playing with, well, first I'm going to search for a font. And I have been in the mood for Futura for a while. So let's look at Futura PT. I like this font, so I think I'm going to play with this. I'm not a fan of the J though. So let me see if there's something else. Like, what was it, Europa? Europa was a nice one too. But do I really care about the J? I could. Let's look at the J for this. I saw this one was a nice font family that I saw. Oh, that's a really nice J. And the Q is okay. So there are some good ascenders and descenders. I like the shape of this font, but I also like Futura. So for now, I'm gonna stick with Futura, I think, and I will come back to that later. Go back twice. So for now, I'm just gonna grab Futura to get things moving. Let me do. Which ones do I want? I don't want to have too many because I don't want to bloat up my site. So I don't need light. Well, I could use light. Medium. I want medium. I want, yes, great. I want book. Awesome. I will not show that again. And do I want bold or do I want heavy? I'm going to do heavy. That's nice. That's nice. We're going to do that. Great. Fabulous. And then if I want to go bigger, I will. Or heavier, I will do that as well. Anyhow, so I'm going to use those fonts. And I can use that later on. But for now, I'm going to see what I can do here. Also, I'm going to look at the modular scale. So the modular scale is using principles of music to create a nice harmonious balance between the relationships between text sizes, between H1s through H6s, and any like paragraph styles or any other like smaller versus larger text styles that you can add to your layouts. Also, you can apply this modular scale to your padding, your margin, the width of your content. So there's a lot of things that you can use this modular scale for. I'm going to use the ratio. There's all these different ratios that you can use, which will multiply. The ratio is calculated by multiplying your base style upwards and downwards. So upwards, it's through like multiplying like the ratio by the size, and you could also go downwards by dividing the ratio by the size. There's a really cool article on the every layout.dev site by Andy Bell and Hayden Pickering that talks about the modular scale and how you can use that in your CSS. So there's all these different ratios that allow you to pick a nice modular scale. Wow, that is really big. The one I want is something that's at least 1.5 because you should have your line height of your text should be at the minimum 1.5. Set to 1.5 for a more comfortable reading experience for your users, and also it's also more of an accessibility need too. And I would talk about it later, but right now I am a little tired, so I'm just going to move on. I'm going to take perfect fifth, which I like because it uses that ratio of 1.5. If I wanted, I could also do the golden ratio, which is 1.618. That could be fun to play with as well. But for now, I'm going to try the perfect fifth and go from there and play with things. So what's nice about this is this tool, modularscale.com, allows you to play with the different type scales. And what does this do over here? Can you compare ones? Ooh, that's kind of nice. But what does it do? Like what does it do? Ooh, 3 at once. But how would you do that? Like how would you do 3 at once? Oh, maybe because you can do a side-by-side comparison. I don't know. But here you can also see as a table or as text. It's kind of nice. How would you fix that? A, B, and C. So say if you have a base of 1M, and what if you had like 1.1M is like 16. So what about like 1.25M? And this one, let's do 1.125. So 16 points, 20 points, 8. Actually, let's do it in logical order. 16, 18, 20 pixels. And so you'll see the tables, which will calculate, ideally, these sizes. Why does it not do the thing? Let's try this again. Let me close these. I wonder if the tool doesn't work very well. It's a pretty cool tool. I do want to see if I can get it to work though. Cool. Get text. A, B, C. Well, what if you do this way? It doesn't really do as much as I want it to do. That's kind of interesting. So I may stick with, what does that do though? I'll come back to that later. I want to still play with this a bit. This is 7.954. It looks a lot nicer when you don't, yeah, that looks a lot better. Why is B gone? Let's close that one. We'll close that one too. It's kind of interesting. It's still horsey and big. Why does that do that? That's kind of, why does it, wow. That's just like big. Why did it do that way? Let's close it. Close that one. Close that one. Some sass here if you want the sass, like for your modular scale, the base and the ratio. JavaScript that you can do as well. There's plugins. It's kind of fun. These are the Scott Kellerman, Tim Brown made this tool, so it's pretty cool. But I'm still gonna take the, yeah, I'm still gonna take the perfect fifth one and see what we can do for it. So what I might do is, let's see, let's try to do it this way. I learned this trick last couple days ago because it's one of these things you learn about working with the Mac, and let's see if it works. It does, splitting your screen. So I'm going to leave that there and see if this one, yes, it will continue to work as I want. But the only thing is I would love to like hide that menu, but I won't for now. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to make this typography on my identity page and see what I can do with it. So I'm going to make, well, first like hide some things because there I'm getting a lot. I have a lot of layers. So let's make this better. I'm gonna make, maybe I'll make a new frame. For grins. And in this frame, I'm gonna call it frame 1, but we'll call it like headings for now. And then I can move things into other frames later. In here, I'm gonna make some type. So let's do heading 1. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to have 6 headings. I'll make that bigger later. Heading 2. Heading 3. Heading 4. Heading 5. Heading 6. And then I'm also going to do, okay, I'm going to start adding some of my styles in here and see what I can do with this. So let's do the headings, some paragraphs, get everything starting to work. Let me grab this for now, and I'm going to just put it over here so I have it. And then I can close that and then figure out where the rest of my screens are. Awesome. That's the only thing I don't like about this. Bring all to front. Oh, cycle through windows. Okay, I'm cycling through the windows. It's not working. This is what happens when you get fancy with your Mac. And how about bring all to front? Bring all to front. How about mission control? This is why I don't do things while I'm streaming, but let's figure it out. Okay, we have that. We have Chrome. Hey, Chrome. There we go. Rad. Let's get that. That's better. I'm going to play with that more and get better with working in the Mac that way. Getting too fancy. All right, so that's the typography scale that I need for later. And I'm going to leave that here for now. So we are going to have awesome. Let's look at our local styles. So we have some H1s, we have paragraphs, we have links. And I'm going to reorganize the thing because I was starting to rename things. Content, extra small, bold, content. Small, bold. And organize, organize, organize. Content, post content. That can go up there. So I was organizing my text items in a better way. Subtext medium, paragraph subtext medium. And subtext medium bold, nice. And post small and medium. I wonder if I can shift click forward once. Nope. Nope. But I could have tried that. Let's move some stuff up. There has to be a better way to organize these things. Links are good. We'll put the card ones up there as well. Card. Paragraph, paragraph. H1. H post, extra small. Post small, post medium. And we have the card styles, which we'll do those at the bottom because it's kind of by intent for our styles. Okay, that's a better organization right now. So we have H1 through H6. We're also going to eventually we're going to have styles by breakpoint as well. Our 3 breakpoints, which are kind of loosely defined breakpoints. All right. Okay, so we have them by breakpoints, their headings, and then we're going to have our paragraph stuff. Intro paragraph. content, 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 content. Intro, small, medium, content, post count, content, post count. Oh, we can make that bigger. Content, medium, small, bold, everything. Awesome. So we have our headings. And we're also gonna, call these things. This is gonna be paragraph. I'm gonna start playing with some of that stuff too. We're gonna call that paragraph. We're gonna call this H6, H5 for now. We'll just do it this way. Then we'll decide if we want to even get more bigger. We could call this, H6 and maybe intro. Well, it depends. So we'll figure that out. H6 paragraph, and 2/3 is like subtext. And we could also call this one, this could be a label. And I don't think we'll get any smaller than that, just because that could just be a bad idea. All right. So while we're doing this, I take this one and make some paragraphs. Rad. So I'll have this one, we'll call it paragraph. And we'll take a paragraph like this. Because we need something to grab. And we are going to make one for the small breakpoint and the medium breakpoint. What we're going to do too is like do something like that. Cool. And we'll keep going from there. So this one is like 660 minus 56, because it's the 28 margin, is about 604. We'll do 603 for now, because we can. All right, so we have paragraphs, and then we're going to have intro paragraphs, and we're going to have standard paragraphs, and then we're going to have bolded content will be bolded content if we want it, but we can style that. And then we'll have subtext. And then all right, stuff's gonna get big, but that'll work. that will work. So then we have the bolded stuff, content, and then we have the subtext. Oops, there we go. And we'll do it again. And then, eventually we'll make some links. Oops, all right. My mouse, fingers, and keyboard skills are not doing pretty great today. Inline link style. Then I'm going to make one for each breakpoint, and then we have an intro one. So we'll take this. Making sure I have certain things where they should be. Let's group these things as they should be. Let's group them all together. Yeah, now we're talking. Everything's a little neater now. I'm going to pretend to save because we can save. And go from there. We have our links, our content links, our intro links, and then we'll have some card titles. Cool. And then we're going to take these and call them card title style. Then I will clean things up later. But what I want to do first is I want to start applying the styles we already have. Oh, we have an extra small H1 as well, but we'll figure that out. Extra small, small, da 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 da. Hey, nope, come on. What I'm doing right now is I am attaching the text styles that we added last time in the wireframe. So I'm going to make another heading one here for the post size. That will be cool. And that one will be post extra small. All right, heading 2, extra small. Heading 2, small. Heading 2, medium. And then I believe we have a post. Oh. H2 post extra small. And then I'm going to do it below because I'm running out of room. Small. And then medium. I'll go through, because we don't have an H3. But we could call it. We'll make one. H3, extra small. we'll start making them. H3, small. H3, HE, H3, medium. Alrighty. H4, extra small. This is what happens when I don't bring water with me. H4, small. H4, medium. Talking to myself. H5, extra small. Good times. Defining our styles. Getting so close. H5, medium. Now make the ones, define the ones for H6s, and then I can go and start overriding things. Extra small. And this one, H6, small. H6, medium. Spelling. Spelling is important. Awesome. Now, I'm going to start. I'm getting better at this stuff. I'm going to call them, start adding some kebab case here because it's a lot easier to read. Stand by while I do this. Hey, there we go. That looks a lot better. I can get better at naming these later, but I think this is a lot cleaner than what it was a few days ago. Post count. Okay, post count medium. I might make them the names shorter later just because I wondered about, like right there, the UI. It starts to get a little bit smaller than I want, and I think I'm going to fix that now because otherwise we're going to have issues. It's going to be called para. That's better. And if I make it smaller, I will make it smaller later. It's a lot easier to read. Especially on a small sidebar like this. Pay down your debt as you go. Para, content, extra small. Back to the naming. Oh, that looks so much easier to read. extra small, bold. Oops, I think I missed one. Come back to that. Nope, we're there. Okay, cool. Almost finished naming these. And then I'm going to go in and, ooh, that one kind of gets obscured by the UI a bit. But we make do. Okay. So now everything is named in it's a better way to read these, and I can now see things a lot. I still have more. I still have a lot more. Of course I do, because I just had a good time making so many styles. And there has to be a way that maybe you could like group things, like mass arrange things at once versus like dragging up and reordering one at a time. That seems like a lot of work. Seems like a lot of work, but getting this done right now makes it easier later, because once I scaffold something like this, I can use this file as a bit of a template for other files where I could have styles defined like this, and then I could just rewrite this, like rewrite the actual styles, but have a nice naming convention established here. This could be cool. So I like doing a lot of this work ahead of time, because it saves a lot of time down the road when you're making changes, if you can have everything named properly, which is a lot to do with design systems, is making sure everything is organized. Can't get me away from the design systems, apparently. So here you go. This is part of a design system, is creating your styles and organizing them in a great way. It's not exactly the most fun work of organizing, but it's also satisfying to get it done, because you can work more efficiently like this. When on the other hand, work like this also can be a bit of a meditation, if you want to look at it that way, because you are just focusing on one task, getting it done, which is organizing your files. Except for some reason, it does not want me to rename this one. Why? Why? What's up, Figma? What's the deal? Why can't I figure out that one? Okay, Figma, you're funky right now. All right, so we're gonna move the H3s up where they should be. Well, apparently we move them one by one, because now I can, whatever. Now apparently I can edit it. That was weird. Do not know why I did that, but cool. Glad it's working now. H4s, move all the headings up to the top. Because I just want them all in the same place. So I can find them all at once. Because naming conventions. H3s are going up. Hooray. Now the H4s. And the H5s. Almost there. All right. Naming convention's done for now. All right, now we're here. All right, let's make sure things are attached to the styles. H1 medium, H1 post extra small, H2, H2. Did I define things yet? I did, all the way through H6 medium, rad. So now let's call this, let's put in our intro extra small right there. Okay, looks like we're going to have to get a little bit bigger again. That's cool. That works. That works. Okay. I'm going to move that down again because I know that intro copy is going to get a little bit long on that small breakpoint. So cool, let's get this done. All right, now paragraph, intro small, paragraph, intro medium. Nice. These are just content, so content extra small. And then content, looks like I still didn't get everything in there, but that's okay. Content small. Content medium. Great. Now, if I do this, if I reorganize some stuff again, we have our post counts. Those should go down near the subtext. Okay. And then medium bold could go there. All right. So if we do this even further down, we could make this text a little bit shorter because it's just examples. Just examples of what's going on. Just examples of what we need to see what our copy will look like. Come on. Oh, Figma, sometimes you vex me. Especially during pollen season. Anyone else having pollen issues like me? No? Well, all right, so we have these, and then this one is content extra small bold. And this is also content small bold and content medium bold. I love these styles, so much fun. All right, then I get to mess with things and make them better. Awesome. Wow, look at that tight line height. That's going to be hard to read. We can fix that. Now, what other types of content we have? Intro content, medium. We have a post content, and then we'll also have a post content medium. Hey, take the right one. Oh, my eye. Why did I do that? Why did I itch my eye like that? That was a really bad idea. Really bad idea. Okay, so subtext extra small, bold, medium, medium, bold. Okay, extra small, bold. And we don't have the small ones yet. Eventually we'll make them. Subtext medium, bold. And we can, there, organize that a little better. And my eye is still itchy, so rad. You get to see me itch my eye on the stream. Because, oh my god, that hurts. Oh, okay. Wow. All right. Now, links. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Links. Extra small. Small. And intro. Looks like I might have to make one for there. Small. Inline content medium. Yes. Okay, so we have some gaps. We have one gap there. Then do the card title styles. Extra small and small. Oh, that's a link. Well, we'll figure that part out. I'm not sure there. I'll probably make it better. Inline, intro, medium. Link, inline, intro, medium. I don't know why we don't have that style. We'll make one. And it looks like we have these card styles. All right. Call this one title small, card. Title small, card title medium. It's interesting the autocomplete, even though I rename things, the okay. Link, card, title, link, small, card, title, link, small, and card, title, link, medium. Also probably could do some naming, some better abstractions on naming as well, because we are naming our viewports extra small, small, and medium, but we also have variants for our components, which are also based on the size of the variant, which doesn't necessarily have to do with the size of the viewport. So consider how we can potentially name things differently there. Okay, my eye is just gonna itch for another hour now. Rad. Okay, so while I'm here, I think I can make 2 more styles, 3 more styles. And put them there. And put them over here. And I'm going to name them differently. Oh, wow. Good Lord, Kathleen. Oh, like mid-May pollen. It's just painful. Let's see if we can organize these better. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, those should be here. These should be like this. Yeah, now we're talking. Okay, so this one, we're not going to call it subtext small. Para subtext small. We'll make a look for that. And then we will have para subtext small bold. Groovy. Now we have things better. So if we do this, if we do heading 1, and if we edit the style, well, first we're gonna do it. Let's figure out how we do it. This is going to be a different way to do it. See, because these are modular scales. At the same time, like 11 rems. So if you do like pix to ems, so like 11 ems is 176 pixels, you know, in size. That's kind of big. So I don't know if I want to go that big for our small viewports. So what I'm gonna go a little bit backwards here. I'm gonna try this first through. I'm gonna eyeball it a bit. I'm gonna eyeball a bit. So if I do this, and if I edit it, (11) is 176. Call this 176. Now if I call it 176 and then make it, yeah, see, look at that. If I make it Futura LT, well, for now it's taking bold because, fine, we'll do bold. That's interesting. It's not bad though. It's not bad. I think I can do that. I think that'll work. It's nice, but what I also want is Let's bring that heading, that letter spacing in a little bit, because once you get that text a little bit big, sometimes, yeah, a little bit of design in there. Not, well, 3%. 3%. Awesome. Yeah, that's looking a lot better. And when I do this, it's going to be interesting to see when we go to our layouts how things are going to change. Because if you remember, in our layouts, we had assigned things with Roboto, and we've attached all the styles in those layouts. So it's going to be interesting when we go back to that page to see what everything looks like once we start adding these styles in. I'm going to make this a lot bigger because there's a lot of work to be done, and I like my space. Don't you? We all want our space, especially for that heading 1. Because heading 2s are going to have to move down a bit. There we go. Nice. And this one I can bring down as well. Okay, so if we have that heading 1, and then the heading 2, it's going to be 7.594. And what does that convert to? 121 pixels. Okay, we can do that. 121, let's edit the style. Futura, bold, still going to do heavy later. 121. We'll leave it for auto now because it is a heading. And nice. That's starting to look good. You don't have to like, well, I can do a little bit. I can do a little bit. Still tighten that up just a hair. Just a hair. Two. All right. Let's edit this one while we're at it. Okay. 5.063, 32 times 5 is, yeah, 063. It's 80 something. 81. Nice. Math for the win. 81. And also we want it to be, no. We want it to be bold. Okay. And then we start like massaging things, but for now I think it's looking kind of good. We'll see. I still want that one to be, because I'm a nerd. There we go. H4, 3.375. She was 93, 96, 3.375. 54. Of course, because 16, not 32. 54? 54, nice. I love how it rounds down. .54 and auto, and let's get it to bold again. There we go. First we're going to get the fonts, and then we can work on color. But we might not do that tonight because we've been on here for an hour. Wow. Time flies. 2.25, 32, 36. All right? Yes. Okay, 36 pixels for this. 36. Make it auto. Make it Gabriella's kind of nice. It's starting to look really nice, in fact. Of course, these sizes are also good for levels, so we can separate markup from presentation from semantics. So we're going to have this modular scale for typography, but we can also have these types for, we can name it in a different way as well, potentially, or maybe not. I'll think about it. Heading 6, 1.5, that is 24. So 24, auto, because it's a heading. And nice. So now while we're here, since everything is looking better, I'm going to move some stuff back up again. Cool. And these up again, because it just makes it look better when we're starting to define our typography. Love it. What's interesting is when I want to go downward, I want to like take it down like one level. It feels like I want to take it down one level. Am I at 100%? Oh, wow. Woo! Yeah, I'd like to see it on a page. Can't tell if we're like zoomed in at 100% here, but it looks like this is. Because this just starts to get a little hard to read for me, but this literally is. This is interesting. Okay, so while we're here, now the intro paragraph is going to be 1 rem. We might actually go bigger if we need to, but for now we're going to do one rem. But for here, intro medium, we are going to go to 24 pixels here, not 36. We're going to go to 24. And we're going to keep that at 36. And we are going to make it Futura book for now. I really want it to be medium, so I'm going to have to figure out how to get those onto the site. This looks nice. I don't want the light on here. The light can only be if it's a very large font because readability. So cool, cool, cool. Now, this is the paragraph content medium, and in here we are going to have it as You know, I'm gonna try 16, but because that is what we intended in the beginning anyway. And now I'm gonna see how it looks. And balance-wise, it doesn't look as great as I thought it would be. So I think I'm gonna adjust that a bit. All right. We're definitely going to adjust that a bit because I'm not a fan of the comparison. Like that intro paragraph seems to compete a bit. It seems to compete a bit, but we'll figure that out. All right. Yeah, it feels like, yeah, I'm gonna eyeball this because this just feels just too, yeah, we're gonna start messing with things here. For the medium breakpoint, because it's large, let's make this 20. I don't want it to be 16. I want it to be 20, which means that'll be 30. That just looks better to me. It just does. It just does. So if we do that, we do 20, 30, and bold. Oh, yeah, regular. It's freaking out. Why did you do that to me? Okay. And for here, which is the post count medium, I think for now I will still keep it at 18 and 27. We do 1.5. And book and subtext medium. We did 20, so let's do 16. And then that would be 24. And that would be feature book. 1624. 1624. Futura. Bold. Bold. Nice. Okay. Starting to look better. Starting to look better. And we'll figure out sizings and stuff. I'm going to keep things moving, and then what we can do is figure out how to massage it for smaller breakpoints because I don't think I want to go to that size. So I'm gonna take it down for smaller breakpoints and maybe even smaller, which is, I'm just remembering what it was. Like, yeah, that seems to be even maybe like that for a mobile breakpoint. Yeah, we don't want to get too ridiculously large for when you're on a you're at palm distance from your screen. All right. All right. So now that we have that done, I want to take it down a level, 7.594, which is I'm going to write these things down because they are just conversions. I'm going to put them right here. $16, $24. Hey. Hey. 24, 32, 36, 48, 51, 3.375 is 51, 54, pardon me. 5.063, 81, there's the 81. 7.594, 121, 11.391. 182. Then going lower, 10, 0.444, 7. Oof, that's tiny. We might not go down to 7. That just may get into some ridiculous territory. All right. But this math might be good for things like padding. So we're going to figure out some stuff. 0.296. 4. Really? All right. 0.1983. 0.132. I would assume 2 and 1 because perfect fifth. All right. Cool. Oh, that's better. Let's move this over a bit so we at least have it somewhere. All right. So if I do this one and I make a post extra small, 121. It still could work. If that's 121, that's 81. Edit. maybe. Maybe not. All right, post small. Still think we would do that, 81. Still we'll do the 81. I think we may. I think we may. We'll see. This might not look right, though. Yeah, this doesn't seem right. We'll work on that. We'll work on that. So this one, I think we'll do 121. And yeah. We're going to go down a level. 81. And 54. $54, 36, 24, 16. Could work. $36, 24. $16. Kind of interesting. Not sure how I feel about it, but whatever. I'm still going to make that 20. Those will still be 20s. 20, 30. $16. could go up maybe, but we'll try it. But. Someone's watching. Is it me? Welcome to my world of typography. What I am doing here is I am attaching typography styles to the styles that I defined a few nights ago. And that way, what's nice about this is these styles will flow downwards to all the other the layouts that I have on another page in this Figma file. So post count medium is, yeah, I just don't like getting things too small, but we're going to try it. 18. So that's still, that was 20. That was 18. We could get down to 14 here. We'll try it. 14 plus 7 is 21 because we want that 1.5 line height. Book. Same thing here. We'll just try it. See how it looks. Just start attaching all the fonts that I want. Bold. Then we'll do the link styles last. So if this is 121, that's 81. Okay. Oh, yeah. I don't want to get. We're going to get that one to 81. So set that to 81. And hey, line everything up. Whistle while you work. All right. 54. Good times. Setting your headings. Such a good time. 36. 54. And there's 36 here, which is 2 1/4 rem. All right. Wait a minute, I just did 36. So that was 21. 121, 81, 54. Double checking. That was 54. That's 36. Is this 54? I'm getting tired. Yes, it is. Okay. So 54. That's 36. 24. 16. I do not want to get to 10. 24. 24. 16 and 10 just doesn't. I'm going to make that 20. I'm not going to make it 16. We're going to improvise a bit. We're going to do 18 instead of 16. So 18, which is 27. Yes. For that 1.5 line height. And then we'll still keep this at 16. Actually, these are headings, so we don't need that extra. Don't need that extra line height for these. I can always do that later if I need to. All right, here it's still going to be 16. Actually, I think I'm going to still keep that at 20. 20, yes. Keep that at 20. This will still go down to 16. The content, cool. Same here. Make sure I have the right font. Whoops. Let's fix that. You see that? You don't have to assign the bold because the font weight already exists on the font. So 14s. These will be 14s. 1421. We're good. 1421. Okay. 1421, not 24. Awesome. Let's get those inline link styles and then just look at how it's presenting on the page. Maybe we'll look at color later still, if I feel like it. Inline content, medium. Actually, that is 20. That's an inline link. Yeah. My intro, medium. That is 24. So cool. 24. This is going to be an inline link. So these three are going to go up like this. I should probably go down there. These go down. Bring these down a little bit. So you want just to intro in the regular link style. And for the card title style, first we had 24, and I bet you we had 16. 20, okay. Cool. We'll figure it out. $20 here. We'll keep them all the same size. All right. Cool. These last two, and then we get to check to see what I broke on the other page, because that's going to be awesome. So that is 20 and 30. Cool. Now that we have established all these styles, we also have these palettes that I'm going to work in later. Let's check out our layout page and see what we broke. Look at that. Everything flowed in. If you looked, what I have below is a copy of the original wireframes down here where it doesn't have any of the textiles attached, so I can remember my place. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these and I'm going to move them a little further up so I can at least see a little bit closer. Nice. And now I'm going to go through and see what looks good and what doesn't look great. And as you can see here, those are going to look a little bit too big for what I need. So what I'm going to do is, actually I'm going to take my my trusty little sizer, my modular scale, and I'm going to keep it over here so I can see it. And while I'm at it, I'm going to edit this style. So if we're not going to do 54, let's try 36. That looks a lot better for, oh, this looks a lot better when you're doing something in, yeah, that's more readable. Cool. And what's nice about that is updating that style. Going back to the identity here. And it's fixed it, which means this one will eventually become smaller as well. So if this is 36, I bet you this will be 54. So we'll just go through and we'll fix that. So let's make that 54 instead. Nice. And what's great about this is now we have a better, it will be a better looking header, like modular rhythm for the headers for the mobile viewports. It's going to look a lot better, which is cool. Makes me very, very happy. 1.5 hours later. Nice. Oh, that's so much better. Well, that's interesting. Why didn't those... Inline link content small. Did I not? I didn't. I didn't add those. Look at me. Let's fix that. (24) and 36, and make sure everything's underlined because it's an inline link. And this is 20, so we'll do all the same styles for now. And I'm sure it's going to become smaller once I see it in, in practice. That's 24, that's 18. We're going to make it a 20 again because we're just going to keep it consistent. And then we'll fix it later. This will be 24 and 36. Actually, we're going to still keep this 20 and 30 because it's the smallest. So let's see how it works. So if that's that one, which means this possibly could be go down to 16. That would make, go back to our layouts. Yeah, that's looking a lot better. Okay, and I still have to have a card look, but I will come back to that. First, so much better. Just give it some air, eyeball it a bit. Right now we're definitely eyeballing it, but then we can like start working with modular scale again to polish it up even more. But what's nice about this is I can even just do this by eyeballing it. And I'll still have a nice spacing until I make it look even nicer than it is right now. This is just a good way to just iterate on things and see how we can make it better. But already, look at this is starting to look really nice. Cool. And then we can update the styles in the footers, and that'll be cool. And then the headers, but I think I'll do those last. First, I just want to get everything I think I'm going to get everything here a little bit better first. All right. Hello. I'm going to spread some things out, adjust some of the sizing. Move some of these items down while I work. Cool. Give it some air, let it breathe. Let things breathe. I mean, it's nice, but once you start getting some... All right, so what size did I go with here again? Refresh my memory. 36. So if I tried 54 here, did I do 54? Okay, but what if I did 44? If I did 48, it would still, yeah, but I don't want to have, I like the amount of margin I have. It's give, let's do 44. So if I do 44 then, I'm going to have to make this a little bit smaller to give a little more visual balance. So I will do that. So since I brought down the size of the H1, I'm going to eyeball the H2 and bring it down a little bit smaller because I just need to have a little bit, some better visual hierarchy going here. So this is starting to look really nice. It's making me excited. Also, I might add some, can we add, I want to check that. When I'm looking at columns, we've stretched and we have gutters, but we're not doing rows, and I don't need to do rows right now. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start moving this stuff up to the top of the, yeah. have a consistent look and feel. Go to the top. Okay. Do we have guides? We do. Nice. That makes me happy. I can figure out spacing later. Cool. Now, let's give it some air. How we're gonna make some things. Oh, I forgot to attach that one, huh? Look at that. I didn't do that. Extra small. That's what I should have done. And that's how you could figure out when you didn't attach a text style, which is nice. Okay, so if I do this, that's 44. Let's 36. 32 could work. Maybe 30. Because yeah, 28 looks better. And we'll do 120% there for the, still, it's big enough that this will still work. That's nice. Oops. Hey. Hey. We'll just take the whole thing. Work with me here. Okay. Do you want to do it that way? Well, that one's just going to be clear space. So I think I will take those and still do that a bit. If I do it in a block. It's looking nice. And that made it a lot faster to lay things out by adding your text styles in there. Nice, nice, nice. Let's bring this up. A little bit of eyeballing there. Move those up a bit. Too much space, too little space. Just right. Like right there-ish. Sort of. Still a little busy with the size of that text. These links could possibly get smaller, so I think I will do that. So let's make those 18. And then that's better. Then I can take these. I still don't understand what that little thing does, but nine, sure, and then we'll figure it out. I think that looks okay, but doing that, still, that's better. Gotta tell you, it's kind of nice to get back into designing a bit. Nice break from the code. Then I get to code soon anyway, so that'll be fun. All right, which means this needs to be an H1. No, we need a style. H1 extra small. Okay. H1 extra small. There we go. But I think instead I want it to be, I'm going to separate some things out, and I'm going to use the style for the H4, even though I'm not going to code it as an H4 to give it a little more visual balance. Yeah. I'm going to do it that way, so it doesn't detract from that code logo. Rad. Okay, so for now, some more. Better layout there. And with this one, still eyeballing things a bit. That just reads better when it's like that. That's the spacing I like, which means this one has to go up a bit. Yep, that looks right. Yep, but this one does not. That looks better. A little extra space. Totally guessing in terms of sizing, in terms of spacing. So we're going to do that. Do. That's looking nice. And bring up the footer. Let's go back to the speaking one. Lots and lots of GIFs. Yes, I use a lot of GIFs. Maybe I will. That'll work. That'll work. Okay, upcoming talks. We have the things. We have the things. That looks good. Now, this one. Let's see if I can. That still works. That means that the post part might not work. I kind of like it there. But I don't think, wow. Wow, Kathleen. What have you done? What have you done? All right, it's time to start aligning things, unless there's a better way to do this in Figma. All right, so that works. It's just the post part. I think I need somewhere, that needs to go somewhere. I mean, it looks nice up there. Looks nice there. It could work there. That could work. All right, that could work. Sure. Sure. Sure, sure, sure. Sure, sure, sure. Go to the component. All right. Let's figure those things out. Let's add a style. All right, let's do this. All right, we'll fix that later. All right. If we do that, oops. It's still a bit far away. Okay. You can still like lay these out better. These can be laid out better later in terms of spacing, but I think we're okay. Of course, one thing I forgot is for each of these posts, the post title should be a link. Aha! That is a problem. Well, not a problem. It just needs to look like a link. How do you know it's a link? Question is, do I want to treat it like a link there presentationally, or do I want to add a link below? Probably just want to add a link for now, for simplicity. Go to the component. Hello. Behave, please. What do we want to call this? So it's a symbol of post list item, but we could call it post post link, post title link, post excerpt, sure, title. Yeah. Link, post, excerpt. That's better. Title. Great style. And for this one, I should also rename it. Edit it. Hey. Well, first, we should make it an underline. Then we're also going to extra style, extra small. Yeah. Nice. Yeah. Now we can tell that this is a link. And Some nice space in between each area. This probably could go up just a touch. Cool. Cool, cool. Now, the question is, why? Miscalculated that. I don't think I even need that size. No, we can still use it. Because, wow, sometimes you're going to have some really long titles. Post extra small. What size is that again? Remind self. Remind self, what size is that? 28. That's what this size is going to be. 28. All right. We'll still figure out that paragraph sizing when we're done. If that's 28, this can be like 20. What size is that? 16. So this can be 22 or 24. Because this, I bet, is 24. That's 20. So yeah, this can be 24 or 22. 22. Starting to look a lot better. A lot cleaner. Nice. Okay. So now, wow. Do I want to continue? Oh my God. Man, it is interesting. And I might do it. I might do it for that desktop site, but whew, that's horsey. That's horsey. That is horsey text talk here. All right, so let's see what we can do. This is 36, right? That's 44. If I do 54 here, that looks better. But actually, let's do 36 because I want my header to be 44. Or it could be 54. That could be really cool. Let's see what I do there. How about 81, 84? What does that look like? Well, it could. That could be interesting. Kind of like it. Kind of like it. '81. Let's do 81. 81. I like it. I do. I do. This one, though, let's see if, how did I do it there? AT. Maybe. I'll work on it. Not sure. Not sure. Working through it. Still work on that and make it better. Whoops. Could make it better. I think I want it bigger. I think I do. We did 81, right? Is that 81? It is. So we will try this as 54. See how it looks. Yeah, I still like it. It's going to look even better when I start adding some color in there. So we shall do that. It shall be done. Shaping up nicely. Tell you that. Whoops. Good? Maybe? That's 16. What size is that? That's 20. I still think it could be 22. And then 31. Yeah. It's more balanced. So if I do this, inline content small, not extra small, yo. Subtext small. $36. All right. That could be bigger. 20. 30. Still think that could be 20. 20 and 30. This could be 16 to 24. Okay. Kind of like it bigger. Make it bigger. That's better. That looks a lot better. Okay, so if we do that, then we can make this to 24 again, or 22. That'll work nicely, I think. All right. Inline content small. Post, inline content, link, inline content small. Right? Yes. Subtext small. That looks nice. All right. So you can see I'm tightening up some of the text styles now that I have assigned Futura to the fonts, and I'm just doing cleanup for all these artboards and decide how to adjust the typographical rhythm that I established over on this page. So coming back to this, looks like I need to make this page a little bit taller. Make a little bit taller. That'll work. We'll figure out content later, because that part I'm not sure. Oops, what we're gonna do for those intro stuff. We can figure it out. Right. All right. There we go. Now, if we do this, you know what? I kind of like that, but it's still too small. Still too small. So let's make it bigger. So I shall. That looks about right. All right, I have that about page. I'll do the footers and the headers last. Looking good. All right. What I'm doing here is when I made the text blocks a little bit not as wide as I wanted to before, so I am fixing that now. And I'm also adjusting the styles. All right, so let's see what I can do with these. Make it a little better. Make that a little taller. I think the cards are nice that way. I might make the sizing better, but that's okay. We're good. We're good. Here, let's make that. What size is that? I made it 20, so we are still going to do that as well here. And then we decide if we want to fix it. Yeah. Maybe 22. I might like 22. I think I do. I think I do. Yeah. You can also reach me by email. Let's get our messaging right. Looking good, looking good, looking good. Let's fix it over here. There we go. All right. Go back to here. Let's start fixing some of our stuff. So this whole thing becomes still like it. Still think that should be 24. We'll fix those for we did not do some of our components yet. That's okay. We want to get just the base typography styles in here first. What am I doing here? Card title extra small. Let's do card title small. And make sure edit that style, needs to have an underline. These styles need underlines. All right, fix that. I think I will do it this way. What size is that? It's kind of okay. I think it's okay to have it that size because we really don't need to know that. But the talk name could stand to be bigger. That works. Okay, now that we have this, okay, let's get these puppies. That looks good. A little bit of cleanup. That right page looks like a mess. But we might be okay. Just need to fix certain things in there. Because, wow. We're getting into another marathon session, so I think I better wrap this up soon. But I want to fix that. Okay, of course I do. better. Make it very clear. It's a link. That is a link. And we can get fancy with those underlines, I think. I think we shall. We shall. More stuff. Okay, so if you look at this, it's a glorious size, but I think we want something like that. Let's fix this again. Whoops. Undo. Undo. Phew. Really obnoxious underline, but yeah, let's go for it. You know what? I still think it's too big. Still too big. Let's go with 36. Yeah. And if that's 36, let's try 20 again. That looks better. Still can work on the length, but that's cool. That's cool. Nice. I might work on making it smaller later, but for now, once we start designing in the browser, I think that part could be a little more fun. But for now, we're good. Still balanced. It's nicely balanced. I like that. Plus, I'd want to test it on a device because it could be still thinking of some of that text a little bit too small for the medium. So I'll definitely come back to that, and I'm going to look at these layouts on a mobile device. Of course, my device is an iPhone 6, so there's a benefit there because I can see some of the older viewport sizes for mobile. At the same time, I'm going to have to I can see it in landscape at least, and also simulate in the browser, but you like to see it on I like to see it on the phone because then you get the better perception of the distance when you are trying to get a design out. So let's move this down. Let's make this one bigger. This one's just a little bit of cleanup. A little bit of eyeballing. It's just a really long title. Such a long title. Great article. What a great time doing it, but whew. All right, that can work. That can work. Finally writing it down. Will I get it? Will it do it? It will not. Oh, so close. Look at that orphan. That poor little orphan. Well, figured that out, but wow, yeah, just ugh. 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 All right. Let us do let's see if I can we'll work on the balance of that later. Intro medium needs a wow. $48. 72. But wow, just look. That works. Okay, that can do it. We are on desktop mode. Okay, now we can get this. Now I can start bringing these down. Okay, looking a lot better. Let's move these down. Whoops. Still too big. Horsey. Wow, that is some horsey type, baby. That works. Which means if that's 121, remember again, 81, not 84. I think we do want 48 there. Now let's do 64 again. And then we'll fix it. We'll fix all of them. I think the rest are 64, and then we can go back. I want to adjust my margins for consistency here of my frames. So I'm using my layout grid and adjusting the margin from 48 to 64 to be consistent with what I've been doing with my other artboards. And now I'm also going to make this artboard a lot taller because I'm going to be doing a lot more with it. Same with this one. And this one. This one. And this one. I'll come back in. So if that was 121, what size is this? That should be 81. Much better. Much better. I might do something differently there, but for now this will do. This will do. All right. These look better, but I think it could. I'm not sure of the sizing here. It just still looks a little too small for me. All right, let's see how this works. We want, come on textiles. We want subtext medium. And that subtext medium needs to be bigger. That's better. All right, and where this one part is going to be this, and we're going to edit it. Cool. Get our styling going. grab a couple things, adjust the spacing. Take a look. Decide, is it still too horsey? It could be leaning into the horse there. So definitely some Mr. Ed territory. But I think I'm going to work on that balance later because I'm tired. Because I'm tired. And it's almost 1 a.m. What the hell am I doing? Oh. Hey, where's my footer? Where'd my footer go? It's there. Let's find that footer. Oh, wow. That was unexpected. There's my footer. Awesome. It looks great from afar, but I think it's going to be too big. I think it will. I think it shall. Let's make this bigger. Cool. Adjust some stuff. Adjust my widths. Why did you do that, Kathleen? That's better. That's where it should be. Get some balance. That size is 48. This should be like at least 20. The fact that looks tiny there is an indicator that I need to work on this puppy. That just looks too unbalanced. But it could, kind of funky though. Kind of like it. There we go. This goes down here. Social links, everything except for that one. This here. Stretch it out. Still need to adjust those at some point, make them a lot bigger. Come on. Nudge up there. Better. Okay. I really need to work on that text sizing because, man, that is, whew, that's bold. Almost there. That's 24. Yeah, that could stand to be 32, maybe. Or more. 36. So close. Love it like that, though. Try 54. That's better. Ah. Okay. This last part. Nice. That looks better. Good enough. Good enough. Layouts. That is looking so much better. Still need to work on a little bit of the visual balance, but this is a lot better than it used to be. And wow, 3 hours later and change. So that as far as I am going to get tonight. So to recap, what I worked on today was I took these layouts that I had built out from last time. Wow, apologies for like zooming through that so quickly. If you have any sort of vestibular disorder, yikes, Kathleen, my apologies. I started off with these wireframe layouts, ended up with these layouts as a result of doing some quick explorations on first starting to do some color explorations for later, when I will be soon adding in color and more polish to the wireframes. But I also have some typography started where I was exploring the modular scale that I would be using for the layout on my site, and I have been adjusting things according to playing around with the values to see what looks best in context. So I am making a lot of progress there, and I think I will be doing a lot more adjustments, but it looks a lot better than it did yesterday, and there is a lot of rhythm. Some of the stuff still is shouting to me, so I will tone that down a little bit, but this is great progress compared to the last time, and I'm excited to work a little bit on the balance, add some color in there, and then just getting another revision of this site up there for everyone to start looking at as I iterate on more things I want to do with this digital garden. So thank you for coming to my stream. Hope you enjoyed it. And I will see you all next time.